Hi, I'm Luke Chow from the Morpheus Clinic for Hypnosis in Toronto, Canada. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my insights into how smoking is like a toxic relationship and how quitting smoking is exactly like a breakup. I've been working with smokers for over 12 years. They are the largest percentage of my clientele. And at this point in my career, I've gotten the average smoking program down to about 2 sessions. Smoking is one of those issues where you can quit smoking by making a very strong decision. In fact, all around the world, all day long, people decide to quit smoking and then don't look back. Maybe they get pregnant and they find out about it. Maybe they visit their dying uncle in the hospital and say their final farewells. Maybe they get a talk from their partner that it's either cigarettes or them. People can quit smoking by making a decision. And in these 12 years, I've been trying to figure out which emotional hot buttons I need to push to get people to that decision point without anything actually bad happening in their lives. There are a number of emotional hot buttons I've used in the past. One is the idea that they were born as a non-smoker, that as a kid, you breathe freely, you go out for recess, you love the fresh air, and you go hour after hour, day after day, year after year, never wanting or needing a cigarette. And that's just a matter of fact. Another one might be that most of the population also gets stressed, also wakes up in the morning, also sometimes feels overwhelmed, and they cope without ever having a cigarette. Another one is that cigarettes have been draining your bank account. Another one might be that it is stigmatizing, that you're judged for it. These emotional hot buttons are still very powerful, but the most powerful hot button I've found so far is the idea that smoking is just like a toxic relationship. The only reason you've been smoking cigarettes is because they've tricked you, they've deceived you into believing that you need them and that you want them, that you wouldn't amount to much without them. How often have you panicked because you realize you don't have enough cigarettes to get through the day? How often have you been eager to leave an airplane after a flight, go outside and light up immediately? For smokers, cigarettes have taken over your mind. What it also means is that to quit smoking, it's important to see it like a breakup. When somebody's harmed you too much, when somebody's just crossed a line over and over again, and you decide that you're done with them, there's just no looking back. You cut them out, you block their number, you refuse to respond to their messages, and you look forward out of love for yourself, out of self-respect, because there's only so much that you'll take from someone else. And that's exactly how you have to see cigarettes to successfully break up with them. So now that you're in a toxic relationship with cigarettes, how do you break up with them? The first thing is to realize it's a toxic relationship. Both of your friends hate cigarettes. You never needed them before, and you don't need them in the future. It's important to love yourself and value yourself. It's important to love your own heart, your own lungs, your own brain, all of which have been very good to you over the years despite your relationship with tobacco. And it's important to put yourself first. On top of that, it's important to make the final decision at some point, recognizing that yes, sometimes breakups can be hard, but when they're necessary, they're necessary. Although I use hypnosis in my office to help my clients come to these realizations, you can come to these realizations on your own by meditating on what I've said. If you require some more help and you're not in Toronto, I've created a program called the Smoking Breakup Plan, which you can read about at www.smokingbreakupplan.com. It takes everything I've said and expands upon it as part of a systematic method for quitting smoking and making the breakup final.